Come on, smile. Say Fletch. Look, defenseless babies. What? Fell for the oldest trick in the book.
BoogeyMan band coming round the bend is BoogeyMan band. Is BoogeyMan band.
Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends. Thanks so much for stopping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. This is my first BoogeyMan Break Time segment in quite a while. The last one I did was on another character in a film series that had a huge influence on me. One of my favorites of all time, and that being the Beverly Hills Cop franchise. Last year we got the 4th film in that franchise. This is about a film that has meant so much to me, and it's coming up on a very special milestone. This movie has been a part of my life for 4 decades, which is incredible. It opened on May 31st of 1985 when I was 11 years old, and I had the honor of seeing it in the movie theater with my late grandmother, my mama, who I've talked about recently, and my mom, talking about 1985's Fletch, starring one of my heroes, Chevy Chase. I absolutely love this man, and I love this character. I first started doing these little spin-offs from the horror genre called BoogeyMan Break Time back in 2019, March of 2019. And the first video I did was talking about Fletch and Fletch Lives, because Fletch Lives was at that point celebrating its 30th anniversary. But yeah, the movie and the actor Chevy Chase have been a part of my life for a very long time. Before seeing Fletch, I had seen him in so many other films. Because my mom loved this movie called Seems Like Old Times, which was with Goldie Hawn and the late Charles Grodin. Goldie Hawn and Chevy Chase would also star in Foul Play. That was Chevy Chase's first movie, and I would watch that one on cable television as well. And as well as those, I remember Under the Rainbow with him and Carrie Fisher. I also remember Modern Problems with the late Nell Carter and Dabney Coleman. Remember that one. And then National Lampoon's Vacation. That was the one where I really took notice of Chevy Chase, and that was an R-rated movie, so I didn't get to see it until I was about 10. I remember seeing it summer of 1984. That was kind of like laid the groundwork for me really becoming a fan of Chevy Chase, but Fletch put it over the top. And that entire summer after I saw the movie, I started dressing like Fletch does in the films. And he's got his jacket sleeves rolled up, and he's got the baseball cap on. I dressed like that pretty much all summer. I was this kind of kid that really just had a hard time with being himself. And I would latch on to these characters. And I think it had a lot to do with me being a very lonely kid. I didn't have any brothers or sisters. My parents were divorced. My mom was a single parent. I was home alone a lot, and the way that I, after I was done with my homework, how I sort of kept myself entertained was reading, listening to music, and watching cartoons and movies. And I would always want to be somebody else. I always wanted to be somebody other than I was, and Fletch was so cool and so interesting, and just his dialogue in it, the dry humor. I latched onto it from a very young age, and I can't believe we're going to be hitting 40 years since this movie came out. It really means so much to me, and it's still a huge part of my life. I quote that movie verbatim.
Now, how long have you had these pains, Mr. Barber?
No, that's Babar.
2 B's?
1 B. B-A-B-A-R.
That's 2.
Yeah, but not right next to each other. I thought that's what you meant.
No, I'm sorry. Who are you again?
I'm Frida's boss.
Who's Frida?
My secretary. I'm with the Underhills.
They are left, senor.
That's all right. They'll be back. He went out for his urinalysis. Traffic with murder. You know, one of those manure spreaders jackknifed on the Santa Ana. God-awful mess. You should see my shoes.
Woo! How do you catch him? Shut eye. Just lay back and enjoy. Try to breathe through your nose.
I know pretty much every word to it. It still makes me laugh when I revisit it. It's like revisiting old friends. And in recent weeks, we've lost a lot of great actors from this film. We've lost the Joe Don Baker, who played Chief Carlin. We lost the great George Wendt, who played Fat Sam. These people are leaving us. And now that we're at the 40th anniversary, I thought it was important to pay a little tribute to this. While working on a drug expose, Fletch attracts the attention of a strange businessman named Alan Stanwyck. Unaware of Fletch's true identity, Stanwyck offers Fletch $50,000 to kill him, claiming he has a terminal cancer prognosis and suicide would invalidate his life insurance policy. Fletch becomes suspicious when he discovers the man is not ill and decides to unearth the full story behind the offer. And the actors that played in the film, of course, Chevy Chase played Fletch, Joe Don Baker played Chief Carlin, you had Dana Wheeler-Nicholson as Gail Stanwyck, Richard Libertini as Frank, Tim Matheson as Alan Stanwyck, Emmett Walsh as Dr. Dolan, George Wendt as Fat Sam, George Weiner as Gillette, and Larry Flesh Jenkins as Gummy. I have this great book called I'm Chevy Chase and You're Not, and in chapter 13 it's called Fletches and a Flurry of Films. It says the film provides an opportunity for Chevy to show his talent for assuming many identities, including a government investigator, an insurance salesman, a doctor who passes out during an autopsy, and a black basketball player in a dream sequence. A scene that includes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. This is one of Chevy's top films and one that continues to be popular. In his extensive Playboy interview in 1988, Chevy spoke of being comfortable in the role of Fletch. Fletch feels very much like me, so he's easy to play, Chase said. There's a certain tongue-in-cheek, cynical attitude about Fletch that is me in many ways. The way in which he handles people, the way in which he talks, the way in which he performs, are not unlike the way I am with people. Speaking now, Chase says, in real life, I'm not so insistently arrogant and rude. After all, it is a performance larger than life, but the fact that Michael Ritchie allowed me to wing it whenever I wanted to leads credence to what Playboy published. Some of my favorite moments in the film, there's too many to count, but some scenes that really stand out to me. I love the scene where he's trying to find the records room. I don't know why, it makes me laugh every time.
Hey, Dr. Rosenpenis, I'm just here to check out Stanwyck's file. Dr. Rosen, I'm here to get to the records room.
The one scene that always stood out to me where I think the character became the epitome of cool to an 11-year-old was where he breaks into Jim Swarthow's office and he's got the Doberman that's chasing him. I love the Mr. Poon scene. What kind of a name is Poon? But
Comanche Indian.
that always cracks me up. There's also some really dark moments in the film, and I think some of the dark moments, the drama is just as fluid as the comedy. And I think like the scene where Chief Carlin threatens to kill him in the jail cell.
I'm serious.
Ask anybody.
Can I ask anybody now? How about, can I call my mom, tell her how much I love her?
Is absolutely terrifying, and a lot of that has to do with just the way Joe Don Baker played the character. The other scene that always freaks me out is when Fletch is looking for Sally Ann Kavanaugh, and he goes to this house, and the guy that's watching the house holds a gun to him.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to pull rank on you. I didn't want to have to do this. I'm with the mattress police. There are no tags on these mattresses.
It's a very scary scene, but it still ends. It still ends with a great shot where the guy shoots at Fletch as he's driving away. His back windshield blows out from the gunfire, and he goes, "Thanks a lot." And just like something like that, just brings it right back to the humor. It's balanced so well, and I don't know why so many movies from when I was a kid were able to do it so well, but they were. And there's not a moment in this film that I don't love, and I love the ending of him finally he gets the girl at the end. I mean, that was just kind of, I guess, a cliche with the 80s films, but Dana Wheeler-Nicholson is absolutely gorgeous, and I love her character of Gail Stanwyck, and I think her and Chevy Chase have some of the best chemistry. I also love the late Richard Libertini, who played Frank, Fletch's boss. I love the interaction between them. Gina Davis, who can't say enough great things of Gina Davis as Larry.
I love your body, Larry.
Like I said, the older I get, the further and the further away my childhood seems to be. The fact that we're celebrating 40 years of this film, which I have many copies of. I have it on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray. This is a really neat Blu-ray set that looks like an old VHS box. It's actually what kind of prompted me to want to do a video about Fletch when I got this about 6 years ago. So yeah, I just it's funny to think about this stuff now and still have the same feelings I had as a kid watching something and relating to something, and just being in awe of this actor, this amazing man named Chevy Chase, who I don't care what people think about him now. I don't know him personally, but he gave me a lot of joy. He brought a lot of joy to my childhood, just like Eddie Murphy, Robin Williams, John Candy. These guys were gods to me in terms of, you know, I've always said it was horror. I love scary stuff, but comedy was next. And if you could make me laugh, you had my heart forever. And yeah, it's funny. It's just funny, you know, that I still love this stuff as much as I did when I was a kid. And the movie Fletch is just, it's an institution for me. It's one of the most important films of my life. It always will be. And I couldn't let this anniversary go without saying something about it and thanking everybody that was involved. Some of these amazing people that helped make this film have passed. They're gone. Some as recent as just a couple weeks. The other person I want to talk about that means so much to me is Harold Faltermeyer. For me, Harold Faltermeyer has written two of the best scores of my entire life. Two of the most iconic scores that mean so much to me, and that's the Fletch theme and the Axel Foley theme. Those scores and just the work that he's done, I love that composer so much, and contributions to the Beverly Hills Cop franchise as well as this one, they're characters. They are their own characters. They're iconic. They make this film as amazing as it is because there was a different composer that was originally attached to Fletch, and you can hear the original composition in the original trailer.
Don.
What is this man saying? What is this man doing?
What in the hell's the matter with you?
What is this man's name?
My name is Igor Stravinsky.
Hi there, I'm Harry S. Truman.
I'm Don Corleone.
For disrespect to Mr. Scott, but Harold Faltermeyer is the sound for the Fletch films. Both Fletch films that featured Chevy Chase had Harold Faltermeyer as the composer. Here's to 40 years of this amazing masterpiece. If you haven't seen Fletch, if you're a fan of Chevy Chase and you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. I'm sure everybody's seen it. But if you are a fan of the film and you are a fan of Chevy Chase, let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts about watching the film for the first time. Did you grow up with it like I did? Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone's doing well. Talk to you again real soon. Take it easy. Stay scared as always. Peace.